This video is for carrier enjoyers only. If you're a Grand Battle Fleet believer, then better luck next time. As we all know, different fighters and dive bombers have vastly different performance against different enemy boss armor types. And to a lesser extent, different carriers also specialize against different armor types due to airplane slots and skill barrages. For example, IJN carriers are better against heavy armor because they have more torpedo bomber slots, and their skill barrages also contain torpedoes and bombs. Nahimov is very strong against medium because she has 2 fighter slots totaling to 6 fighters, and LA-9 is by far the best airplane against medium. So you have probably heard for your entire naval career that the IJN carrier fleet is the best carrier fleet against heavy, and the USS Carrier fleet is the best against light due to their rockets and fighter slots. Or is it? The USS Carrier fleet is Kearsarge or Count 2 and either Implacable or Enterprise. In this challenge mode battle, the boss Elbing conveniently stopped for a long time every 20 seconds, so we picked Enterprise. The main thing with Enterprise is that she can bring the super slow Skyraider without being penalized for the reload time, since Yorktown pulls her reload up. And Yorktown has her anti-light rocket skill barrage as well as 5 air fighters. Kearsarge has massive buffs for the carriers, and there's no carrier who would contribute more than her in this fleet. Aurora is required because Elbing is a light cruiser. And since this battle has a permanent 60% damage bonus for the Vanguard, it's a bug that will probably never be fixed. We choose Plymouth to do damage and buff Kearsarge, and we choose Tigan for pure damage over Sirius's buff. Now after the submarine fleet has left, the fleet is doing like 10 to 12 bars of HP every 20 seconds. Enterprise had 6 out of 8 lucky strikes for the first 8 strikes. And at 7 minutes and 10 seconds battle time remaining, Elbing had just over 7% HP left. Then Enterprise's 9th strike was lucky, but we don't really care about that. Balanced as all things should be. 1 million, 1 million, and 1.1 million. So Plymouth added 160,000 damage to Kearsarge, so her total was 760,000, and we'll compare this to Hindenburg later. The submarine fleet did about 360,000 damage. Now let's move on to the IJN carrier fleet. We have triple rainbow carriers now, so this is a good fleet when you don't need a freeze. And Elbing is quite generous to us. So we will fill the fleet with anti-light planes. We have Aurora and Tigan for the same reasons, and this time we use Hindenburg pure damage, because there's no BVV flagship for Plymouth to buff. So now again, after the submarines have left, the fleet is doing 11 to 13 bars of HP every 20 seconds. So that's definitely more damage per airstrike than the USS fleet does. But one disadvantage of Shinano and Haku is that they will eventually get revealed and stay revealed forever. And being revealed reduces their damage. So there's also another problem. Using a triple concealed main fleet also makes some of the challenge mode bosses, including Elbing, they'll fire a burning barrage and HE barrage every 20 seconds until someone is revealed. So this triple carrier fleet will get revealed way more quickly than a fleet with Kearsarge does. Now that Shinano and Haku are revealed, the fleet is doing 9 to 11 bars every 20 seconds. And at 7 minutes and 10 seconds battle time remaining, Elbing has 4.5% HP left, so that's a better score than the USS fleet. This time the submarine fleet did about 380,000 damage, so that extra 20,000 damage is worth 0.4% of Elbing's HP. It's not a big difference. And Hindenburg did 787,000 damage, which is more than Plymouth's 760,000 contribution. But I do believe Plymouth was the right choice for the USS fleet, because here Hindenburg is benefiting from some pretty significant boss debuffs from the IJN carriers. If we put her in the USS fleet, she would have done less than 760,000. So what went wrong? Is everyone wrong for saying USS for light, IJN for heavy, Nahima for medium? Not necessarily. Most players, if they own all of these ships, should find the USS fleet better against light. But then what happened in these two battles? I think the tipping point was cats. I used 2 perfect CV cats, and guess who isn't a CV? If Kearsarge benefited from CV cat talents, then her extra damage would have easily tipped it back to the USS fleet. In meta showdowns, where obviously you can't use cats, their USS fleet should definitely be better than IJN fleet against light. So the conclusion is that this probably doesn't impact you, but I hope that even though this wasn't the guide, you learned a thing or two instead of wasting 6 minutes. By the way, check the description if you need an actual guide for clearing challenge mode. This video is not it. I currently have November on there. I'll write the strategy and some high-end examples for December before December. But the mid-end examples for December need to be tested in the first few days of December.